hell you been?
Crime scene?
What about these? The hotel cokehead murders. This dealer and the girl.
Oh. Well, this Hallmark-looking couple didn't die by the hands of a professional. No, it's just child's play. Messy work. All that blood on the walls looks like a finger painting.
You give me the fucking creeps. You know that, Dexter?
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that.
Fuck you.
Okay. Is there something I can do?
Yeah, you can give me your fucking analysis on the blood spatter on these killings. You think I'm here to invite you to my nephew's bris?
I didn't know you were Jewish.
Shut the fuck up and write your report already. Don't even know why I need you. Grab a crayon, psycho, and scribble this down. Rival dealer came in, 2 scumbags slashed to hell, dealer stole the drugs. Wham, bam, done. And I don't give a shit what you say because that's what happened, and that's who I'm looking for. Hey, we are looking for a motherfucking thief dealer. You got it?
Okay. Sure. I guess. But I should get over there.
Then get over there already, you fucking weirdo. I need it quick.
I'm on it, Sergeant.
The only real question I have is why, in a building full of cops, all supposedly with a keen insight into the human soul, is Doakes the only one who gets the creeps from me?
Find my husband.
Ma'am, the detectives are looking into everything. And when we know something...
I'm pretty sure I covered all my tracks.
What do you care about that woman?
I don't. I was just...
You like when women cry? You like that? What's your thing, psycho?
I was just heading to the briefing room.
You got no call to be in there, so flee. Lieutenant, this fucking guy doesn't belong. I'm still waiting for his spatter report on the cokehead murders. Go do that.
It's okay. I don't want to upset anybody.
Well, you can stay. I'd like your input, and we'll discuss your case after the meeting.
It had nothing to do with drugs.
LT, this is a waste of our damn time.
I think Sergeant Doakes is right.
I read the other reports, all the other forensic analysis. Everyone agrees the cokehead murders had nothing to do with cocaine. It was a crime of passion. The murderer came to kill the woman, not the dealer. He did him quick and got him out of the way, but he sure as hell took his sweet time slicing up that lady, and you don't do that unless you have a close personal relationship with someone. Probably an ex-boyfriend. That's who I'd look for.
Okay. It's a bit of a push, but Sergeant, you should check it out.
I'm watching you, motherfucker.
Another photo from my family album. He's recreating my past with Tony Tucci's body parts. He's forcing me to see this.
Nobody paying you to stand around and goddamn stare.
I thought Angel was working this case, Sergeant. Sergeant? Friends of yours?
Don't worry about it. Worry about this.
The foot was severed between the tarsus and the metatarsus. The wound is circular, again, almost surgical.
And there's blood. Guy gives us body after body with no blood. Why is he making a switch now?
He's trying to send a message, one that's more important than his ritual need to drain the blood and wrap the parts.
Okay, so what's the message?
Not sure.
Well, who's he sending it to?
I can't tell you that either.
What fucking good are you?
Fucking good at all, apparently.
I'm on to you.
Excuse me?
Your crazy ass knife slashing two-step in the alley. You were right. You said the killer had previous experience. He did.
Oh. Really?
Masuko lifted a print from the alley that matched a kid from juvie. Cut up a victim 5 years ago. Same knife technique. We just grabbed him at Flamingo Park.
Great work, Sergeant.
Yeah. Your instincts were dead on. They're always dead on when it comes to killers. Why is that?
I'll just go get that report.
I'm watching you.
suspect's name was Jacques Bayard, according to his driver's license.
Haitian?
That'd be my guess.
All right, let's go over it again.
I saw a gun in the suspect's waistband. I went to question him, and he took off running when he saw me.
Angel, you saw all this.
Yeah, I saw Bayard bolt, and I turned the car around in pursuit.
All right, and when you went under the causeway?
He took a shot at me. I took cover and returned fire from that corner.
No, not from there.
Yeah, from fucking right there.
If you shot him from right there, the blood splatter would go in that direction, but look at the patterns.
You questioning me? Because I got a lot of questions
Whoa,
for
whoa,
you.
whoa, whoa, the man's just doing what he's supposed to do.
The man is a fucking creep job.
James, just focus on the facts, okay? Well, the DA's team is ready for you. You good?
I'm good.
Angel sustained severe internal injuries. He lost a lot of blood, but the surgery was successful. It looks like our boy's out of the woods.
I know I should stay and be a part of the group hug, but I can't focus. I'm trapped in the clutches of a memory. I need to know what it means.
Morgan, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I have someplace I have to be.
Well, we all got someplace to be. But you just found out that somebody who's supposed to be your friend is gonna live. Does that make you feel anything? Anything at all?
Take your fucking hand off me.
Just what I always thought.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Are you following me now?
You better have a hell of a reason for being here.
I'm looking for my sister.
In a cargo box?
Yeah, I'm kind of working on a theory.
You forget you work for the fucking cops? We love theories. Come on, spin me a story, asshole.
What I do on my time is my business, Sergeant.
Yeah, me too. And I'm on my time now. There's no lieutenant here to save your ass, so don't fuck with me, Morgan.
All right, you got me. I ordered some furniture from Thailand. I was waiting for it to be delivered.
They have kicked my ass.
Hey, what the hell's going on over here? Security, I need to get somebody down here right now.
Miami Metro PD.
Yeah, well, is this guy under arrest?
That's a good question.
You're connected to this. I don't know how, but I'm gonna find out, and some of what I find is gonna stick to your ass.
I gotta find Chino before he finds me.
Bringing to an even dozen the number of bodies found offshore.
I have to focus, tune everything out.
So far, the authorities have no clue as to who that criminal may be.
If I don't, being linked to my beautiful bodies of work will be the least of my worries. Shit, little Chino. He was out there. Timing could be better. That plus I don't have my tools, but he does give me the chance to tie up one massive loose end. It's you, Sergeant.
Who else you got following you?
Apparently no one.
Go ahead. Try it. I've been waiting.
This neighborhood is full of crazies. I'd lock my doors. Hold the elevator! Thanks.
Nice dodge last night, flowing it through that yellow light.
Oh. Were you behind me?
See you tonight.
There's another shipment coming in tomorrow. Cocaine.
How much?
300 bricks, give or take.
Can you get
Turn it off.
That wasn't part of our agreement, Harry.
I said turn it off.
I heard what you said. I just don't take orders from you.
Is there a reason you're in my lab, Sergeant Doakes?
Is there a reason you're listening to tapes as old as you are, Morgan? Had a little talk with your sister. Turns out she didn't know you were in program.
Anonymous, Sergeant.
How long you say you've been clean?
Actually, I didn't because it's none of your goddamn business.
So if I were to take a hair from your desk and run it for drugs, it would come back positive, right? Because why would someone pretend to be an addict if he's not? Unless he's got something a hell of a lot worse to hide.
Back the fuck off.
You want to hit me? Go for it. I've been waiting for a chance to take your ass out.
I know how you feel, Sergeant. I want to file a formal complaint against Doakes.
Jesus, Dexter, the two of you.
He crossed the line, Lieutenant. He broke into my lab. He went through my personal things. He threatened me. Probably gonna start tailing me again.
Sergeant Doakes tailed you?
For weeks, maybe longer.
James! You were tailing Dexter. What the hell were you thinking?
You went and had lunch, Maria. You could have asked.
If Dexter files a complaint, you will be kicked off the force. End of story.
There's a reason he hasn't reported me until now. He's hiding something, Maria. I can feel it.
Is this another one of your conspiracy theories?
It's instinct and a hell of a lot of experience. I spent years looking the enemy in the face, and I'm telling you, Morgan is dangerous.
Your instincts haven't been that great these days, James. 2 shootings in the last 6 months. Stalking a police employee.
Listen to me. Morgan lied about the ice truck killer. That crack pipe knew way more than he ever told us.
He was trying to protect his sister. You, of all people, should understand that.
I followed him to an NA meeting. That asshole lied about that, too.
You're obsessed.
I'm not.
You are, and I need you to see it. As your boss and as your friend. We've been through this before. Last time it cost you our relationship. This time it's gonna get you kicked off the force or worse.
I'll take my chances.
Let it go. I mean it. Leave Dexter alone.
Betsy Court, 16. Blunt force beating. It looks like she was sunning herself and never saw it coming.
Who called in the body?
Craig Wilson, the stepfather. He's right over there. Wilson told the reporting officer that he came home for lunch and found her that way.
You and Dexter resolve your issues?
As far as I'm concerned, why? The bitch come crying to you again?
No. There's blood work to be done here, and if you can't control yourself, I need to call in another detective.
I won't say anything to hurt the little girl's feelings.
God damn it, James. I'm not joking.
Do I look like I'm laughing?
No. You don't. I wish you would. You used to.
Bullshit, I never laughed.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. All right, look, I'm not gonna try to scare you anymore. The reality is you're out of free passes. I already stopped Dexter from filing a complaint against you once.
I never asked you to do that, Maria.
Well, I did it. Out of my own concern over your obsessive behavior. Now I'm on the line. So if you bully Dexter in any way, if you even look at him wrong, I will not be responsible for the fallout. You got it?
I got it. You're back in a fucking freak-tard.
James.
You finally decided to fight back. I've been waiting.
Hope you don't expect me to comment on that, so you can record it on your hidden tape recorder. I wasn't born yesterday.
You might have been, for all I know. Your past was a bigger mystery than fucking Jimmy Hoffa. I tried every avenue, legal and otherwise. But there ain't no paper trail on the early years of Dexter Morgan.
I guess there's no recorder running after all.
No, man. Unlike you, I do everything out in the open.
In that case, Sergeant, let me put this in the open for you. No matter what you try, no matter when, no matter how hard you work, I'll always be a step ahead of you for one simple reason.
And what's that?
I own you.
Ah! Fuck!
Why are you doing this? Stop!
I want your gun, your badge, and your police ID. I want your access card, too. Now! Type a statement that Sergeant Doakes is on administrative leave pending an internal affairs investigation. You two get him out of here.
Thanks.
What the hell happened? I don't know. He just jumped me. You guys always had it out for me. Just one more trip. Ahead of schedule.
That's right, motherfucker. It's over.
How'd you find me?
GPS tap on your boat. Jesus Christ, Morgan. Jesus fucking Christ, you're the Bay Harbor Butcher.
I really hate that name.
Jesus Christ, man.
You said that.
I always knew there was something with you. But this shit?
What can I say? You were right about me. I never held it against you. I don't now.
My buddies thought I was crazy for becoming a cop. I had skills. I could have written my own ticket. And lately, I thought they might have been right, but this... this makes it all worth it.
I'm happy for you.
Shut the fuck up. Let's get this over with. Put them on. Morgan, you're done. Give it up.
Would you, in my position?
I wouldn't be in your position, you sick fuck.
You sure about that? You might want to check with Lundy. Hey, you shoot me, who'll prove your innocence?
Maybe I'll just kneecap you. All right. Nice and slow. Back the fuck off, Morgan.
Just following your lead.
Slow down. Is it deep? I hope it's fucking deep.
It's a graze wound, minor tissue abrasion. No hemorrhage along the bullet track. Sorry, I think I'm gonna live.
Am I?
It's a good question.
You're not gonna let me go, Morgan, and kill me now. Just get it over with.
God, I would advise you not to tempt me just now. Why couldn't you just leave me to do my work in peace? Why'd you have to go and ruin everything?
You're a killer. I catch killers.
So do I. I caught you.
I'm not a killer.
You are. That's why you've always known what I am. That's why you have more officer-related shootings than anybody else. Only I don't fuck with you when you shoot somebody. Why couldn't you pay me the same professional courtesy?
There's nothing professional about what you do. I kill when I have to, on the job.
Oh, so it's okay to take a life as long as you get a paycheck for it?
The city pays me to keep the law.
I've got news for you, Sergeant. My code requires a higher standard of proof than your city's laws. At zero cost to the taxpayer, you ask me, I'm a bargain.
That's enough bullshit, Morgan. Let's get this over with. Either kill me or set me free. What's it gonna be?
I actually think you'd like it if I killed you just to prove your point.
Morgan, you gotta choose.
No, I need to go home. I've got FBI guards standing outside my door right now to protect me from you.
What's it gonna be, Morgan? Morgan, what's it gonna be? Kill me now, set me free. You only have two choices, Morgan. You can't fucking ignore me.
I'm thinking about turning myself in.
That's a good call, Morgan. That's a tough call, but that's a good call, man.
I need some fucking relief.
Yeah, you can't keep running, man. That's for pussies. You're just gonna end up in exactly the same situation sooner or later.
Prison. I could finally get some sleep. The long run would be easier on Deb. Rita. Better than watching me dragged in like an animal. Which, let's face it, will happen someday.
Yeah. Morgan, we'll do it together. I'll go with you. Come on, let's go.
If I do this, I need a day to get my affairs in order.
That's fine. Tie me up, throw me in the trunk. Come on, let's go.
I brought supplies. Fresh fruit. Make sure you mention that when they interview you for the story of my life.
God damn it, Morgan. You're not gonna leave me in this cage again, are you? Anything could happen. Come on, what are you doing?
I think we've seen the worst of that.
Morgan. Dexter.
I've really enjoyed our conversations, James. I lie to everyone I know. Except my victims, right before I kill them. It's hard to establish much of a rapport there. Sorry about the cage.
Morgan!
That's Dexter Morgan.
His face looks familiar.
I put everything Erik dug up and Morgan in there. He's not a cop. He's a lab rat. Blood splatter.
It's spatter. Blood spatter.
Whatever. He's from Miami. Normal guy. Except his wife was murdered by a serial killer a few years back.
The man we killed on the boat?
Louis Green.
He's an intern for Miami Metro. The boat's owner is Dexter Morgan. He works for Miami Metro, too. Victor's death. Is it payback for killing that detective?
Victor fucked us real good here. Of all the people he could have shot, had to be a fucking cop.
So it's Victor's fault he's dead?
Yeah. He was a loose cannon. Never listened, at least not to me. Everything was going great until he showed up in Miami.
Victor was a good man. He was loyal. He was committed. And he was here to do what you couldn't. Keep the Colombians from taking over our traffic.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I think I have a phone call for you.
A small coffee, please. Hello?
Why were you in my apartment? Well, aren't you, Mr. Smarty Pants?
Answer the question, what were you doing in my place?
I was looking to have a discussion about a friend of mine who's gone missing. Victor. I'm sure you remember him.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
I don't care for lies.
I told you I don't know who that is.
You're wasting both our time. Lewis Green, who I found on your boat, the boat that was used to dump Victor in the ocean, gave me your name.
So you killed Lewis?
We had a conversation that ended rather abruptly, yes.
And what else did Lewis say?
I believe he may have referred to you as a douchebag.
You think you're very clever?
I do, actually, yes.
They're your bosses at the Koshka Brotherhood, they sent you?
Ah.
Done your homework. There are no bosses telling me what to do. Victor was a friend of mine. This is personal.
So an eye for an eye, huh?
Your friend Victor kills an innocent woman and a cop, and killing me somehow settles the score?
Oh, you misunderstand me.
I'm not stopping with you. I also want any of your police officer friends involved in this little vendetta.
Wait.
Including your lieutenant's
sister. I've done my homework, too.
It was just me. She had nothing to do with this.
Hello, handsome. I work alone. I killed Victor.
Only me. I'll see you around.
That's the plan.
Hello, Isaac.
Hello, Dexter. I underestimated you. You come here to taunt me.
No, I just thought maybe you could help me. Why is it so important that you kill me?
It was quite simple, really. You killed Victor. I liked Victor.
Like or not, he killed Mike Anderson.
Is that why you killed him? Revenge?
Yes.
There was the briefest flicker of hesitation there. But if you're telling the truth, then you don't require any explanation. You understand the need for vengeance.
So you got arrested, there'll be a trial, you'll go to prison for a long time. Does that mean this is over?
Over?
Yes.
I had a great uncle. My grandfather's brother. He was a hero. Fought with the Red Army during the Second World War. When he returned to Kiev afterwards, some fat little party official resented the fact that everyone admired him. So he decided to make an example of him by taking away his house. When my great uncle protested, he was hung in front of the council chambers. My grandfather was just a teenager. When that party official saw the hatred in his eyes, he had him arrested and sent to Siberia. And the years rolled by. And my grandfather got on with his life as best he could. He was a patient man. Finally, when the Soviet Union fell, he returned to Kiev and celebrated in front of City Hall with all the others. And that's when he found that fat little party official. And he got to enjoy the pleasure that belonged to him and him alone by sticking a 6-inch knife into that fat little man's kidney. So you ask me if this is over. No. I'm afraid not.
There's only one problem.
And that is?
I'm not some fat little man.
That's true. I don't know who you are.
If you ever find out, you'll regret it.
Looks tasty. Certainly better than the swill I'm choked on of late. Don't worry, I haven't come down here to cause you harm. Not yet. Not with Miami Metro's finest shadowing my every move. Yes, I certainly hope they are the finest, for your sake.
What do you want?
Well, so long as I'm waiting around to kill you, I thought we might have a little chat. Good chips. While I was incarcerated, I found myself plagued with the nagging question. And I will move heaven and earth to snuff out your life because you killed Victor. In fact, I was so blinded with my desire for vengeance that you were able to lead me into a trap. A mistake, I assure you, won't happen again.
We have a cartoon in America about a coyote who chases after a roadrunner. He keeps thinking that. He keeps a rocket skating right off the cliff.
You see, I know what motivates me. But what I don't know is what drove you to kill my friend.
I told you he killed Mike Anderson.
A man you barely knew for, what, less than 3 months? Was all public record. No. You didn't kill Victor out of vengeance. I have a feeling that you're a different kind of animal. The question is, what kind are you, Dexter Morgan?
The kind who hunted your friend down and strapped him to a board and put a plastic bag on his head and crushed his skull with a fire extinguisher. The kind who's gonna do the same thing to you, give or take the fire extinguisher.
You're gonna regret sharing that with me. For the chip.
This isn't about Dexter Morgan again, is it? You're not thinking straight here. He works for Miami Metro. We take out one more of theirs, they shut this place down for good. We have inventory to move. Tonight. Come on, man, just let it go. Go home. I'm not suggesting a coup here. More like a realignment. I'll never do anything without the support of the Brotherhood. But I feel like something has to be done. This whole thing's gonna explode in our faces. Okay? Consider it done.
Looks like the gang's all here.
So you have no idea what he was doing in your apartment?
Not a clue. But I'm sure your trusty blood spatter analyst could figure it out.
Mr. Circle, the gun that we found would suggest that he came here to kill someone. And since you live here, that someone may very well be you.
What a frightening thought. That perhaps I need some sort of police escort. Oh, I already have that.
I will have to confirm with the Aimee, but judging by the lividity and state of rigor, I'd estimate the time of death as sometime yesterday afternoon.
Let me see. Now, where was I yesterday afternoon? And perhaps these kind officers could refresh my memory.
Unis tailed him all day. He wasn't here.
Seems I have an alibi. I hope they're trustworthy.
Dex, what have you got?
Yes, please, Dex. Tell us your theory. I'm so curious.
Well, judging by the photo found in the victim's pocket, he was lying in wait for Mr. Circo. There you go. These scuff marks indicate a struggle. They fell to the floor, and the killer cut his carotid artery with one swipe of a very sharp knife.
My. You couldn't have described that better if you'd been there yourself.
Thanks. You thought your enemies wouldn't follow you into a gay bar?
No. I thought I'd feel comfortable in a gay bar. Ironic, isn't it? I always feared the Brotherhood would learn my secret and turn against me. And now they've turned against me anyway, and none the wiser about this. Incidentally, I have to thank you for slitting that assassin's throat. You might have saved my life. But you must explain to me your aversion to guns sometime.
It's complicated.
I can imagine it is.
You should cut your losses, Isaac. Go back to Kiev.
There's nothing waiting for me back in Kiev, except for a large, well-staffed house, an attractive secretary who occasionally pretends we're an item to keep the rumors from circulating. The one thing that made my life worth living in Kiev, you tossed in the ocean a few weeks back.
You and Victor were...
Love is more than that. You took from me the one thing that money and power can't bring back. And now, thanks to you, also the luxuries are gone too.
Not because of me, because of this vendetta you're holding on to.
And what did you do to the man who murdered your spouse?
Nothing you wouldn't have done. Nothing I wouldn't do 1,000 times over again.
Did it help?
She's still dead. I can see that Victor meant a great deal to you, but he was a killer and he got what he deserved. My wife was innocent.
And if she weren't, you'd feel the same.
Hannah? I saw your van outside. Are you here?
Dexter, you're just in time for tea. Hope you don't mind I let myself in. That's far enough. I just want to talk.
Where's Hannah?
Erek's been keeping tabs on you. For me. Your comings and goings. Where you spend your nights. Seems as Hannah's quite important to you.
Where is she?
I assure you she's perfectly safe and quite comfortable. Erik is seeing to that.
Let her go. This is between you and me.
Well, not quite. There's the small matter of the two men who want me dead, and your stubborn refusal to help. You asked me what was in this for you. Well, if your life doesn't matter, I'm betting hers does.
Well, I guess I have no choice but to take you up on that tea.
Splendid idea.
I have a better idea. I kill you and leave you out for the Koshkas to find.
Yes, you can do that. But that leaves Hannah with Erik. I'm afraid he's not as honorable nor as forgiving as I am.
What makes you think Hannah means anything to me?
Well, if she didn't, I'd be dead by now. Sweetheart. See? Man of my word. What the hell happened to you? Well, what are you waiting for, you little shit?
Don't move. I can get you to a hospital.
The bullet's still inside. We both know I'm a dead man.
There's a kit in my car. I can help with the pain.
No. I need you to do me one better.
Death has always calmed me. It's soothing, predictable, inevitable. With a knife in my hand, I feel it's mine to control.
Gives you intimacy.
Yes.
It never lasts. It's over. And you move on.
But now, with Hannah, I feel like I don't have any control, and I'm not sure I want to move on.
I was like you. So detached. Until Victor.
Was it worth it? Your feelings for him cost you everything?
Oh, God, yes. Being with him. I never had to hide. I was finally
alive.
There's hope for you yet.
Watch any Western and you'll know a man out for vengeance should dig 2 graves, one for his enemy and one for himself. I won't be needing mine, but I'll see to it that Isaac isn't alone in his.
It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay. Here. No, don't stop. No.
She saw everything. She saw me. So, what else? Details would help.
Besides the ones that we've already taken care of, there was Watch Guy.
Watch Guy?
I would be tied to a chair, blindfolded. Sometimes I didn't even know if he was there until I'd hear this watch by my ear. And then he'd lean in and whisper, tick, tick, tick. That's the sound of your life running out.
We got her, and her, and her, and her, and her.
The girls in the barrels, how could this be? Someone tried to move them. Where's the driver?
That's what we're trying to figure out. He took off. Go do your thing.
Should have frickin' fucked me with it. You're never gonna guess who this truck is registered to. Jordan Chase.
Jordan Chase.
Hi.
Holy shit, that's him.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Mr. Chase. Oh, Mr. Chase. Oh,
Stand
hi. I took one of your seminars at the beach club a while back.
Sure. In Palmetto Bay.
You remember?
Of course I do. You have to excuse Cole here. He keeps the crazies away.
Why don't you let me get a picture of you two?
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Okay.
All right. Smile. One more. Got it.
Jordan Chase.
Dexter Morgan.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice watch.
Oh, my dad gave it to me when I was a teenager. It's water resistant to 100 meters. I have no idea why I would ever need that, but it sure looks nice.
If that's the watch that Lumen heard, I'll make sure it accompanies you to the bottom of the Atlantic.
Mr. Chase.
You must be the person in charge around here.
I took a few hairs from the headrest of the truck as well. If someone else was driving, he'd have left some evidence behind.
And?
Well, Cole's hair matches the hair on the jacket and the headrest.
Fingerprints?
They're all Cole's, even on the ignition key.
I think he's just become the focus of our investigation.
And Jordan?
His alibi holds up. He was in Jacksonville. So for now, we got our eyes on Cole.
What's going on with the case?
Do you know this man?
Oh my God. That's him. That's the guy who folded his jacket. How did you find him?
He found us. His name's Cole Harmon. He's Jordan Chase's head of security. What about him?
No, I mean, that guy's clearly a freak, but I don't know him.
No, not the bald guy, the guy beside him. Jordan Chase.
Oh. No, I don't know him either.
You sure?
I told you I didn't see most of their faces. Who is he?
He's some sort of motivational speaker.
I think I know why you're here.
You do?
You're searching for a way to cope with your loss. I know your history, Dexter. I thought I recognized you when we met at the station, but it hit me later on. Your wife was murdered.
Yes.
They any closer to catching Trinity?
Not that I'm aware of.
I followed that case very closely, yes. Trinity, a religious man, family, good life, yet he was working through such rage, harboring so many secrets. I have to be honest, he fascinated me on a deep level.
What else do Jordan and I have in common?
I certainly don't mean to imply any sympathy for him. He's a monster, no question. I can imagine your frustration, knowing he's out there, unpunished.
It hasn't been easy.
No doubt. And now you're a single father, which has its own set of challenges.
Why did you want to see me?
I've developed a theory on how the primal self deals with tragedy. I have to prepare for the next session, but I am very interested in what happened to you. I would like to discuss your situation in depth at another time, if you're open to that.
Okay.
For the last 2 days, you've heard me talking about getting in touch with your primal self. But how does the primal self deal with loss?
Cole's starting his rounds. He'll reach the service elevator in 5 minutes. In 3 minutes, so will I.
There's someone in this room who is dealing with that very question. Dexter Morgan. Come and join me on stage, Dexter. I know you weren't expecting this, but it's important. Please.
So much for slipping out quietly.
Dexter.
They want you, Dexter. 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 Dexter.
Dexter works with Miami Metro Homicide. Recently, he lost his wife. She was murdered by the Trinity Killer. The very person that Dexter's department was hunting. You were the one to find her, your wife, Rita?
Yes.
Most people wait until the seminar is over before checking out.
I lose my nanny in an hour. I gotta get back to my son. Is everything okay?
It's nothing important, just a little security glitch.
Like your chief of security's head is in my luggage?
I want to thank you for coming on stage.
Didn't seem like I had any choice.
I know it was sudden and you probably didn't appreciate it, but you'll look back on it, you'll realize it was worth it. Don't forget what happened here this weekend, Dexter.
I won't.
Act on what you've learned. Don't let it slip away. It's what I tell my clients. Tick, tick, tick. That's the sound of your life running out.
My primal instincts were right. Jordan's one of them.
Take it, Dexter.
Oh, I will.
I gotta tell you, I still feel like you're not being completely honest with me.
Really? About what?
About what you really want.
What I really want. Just a drop. A 30-gauge needle should slide right in undetected. He won't even notice it's missing.
What do you mean? What you want out of life. Whatever it is, you have to tell me so that I can help you construct a plan to get there.
I have a plan to get there. Lumen and I follow this blood trail. We take you out.
Believe it or not, you're helping me already.
I hope so. I really do. Each of us, deep down, we know what we really want. It's just a matter of actually doing it.
Oh, I gotta get back to work. New evidence to process. But, thanks again for everything.
So when's our next appointment?
I'll check with the receptionist.
So, did you get back an idea on your homicide victim?
No.
Then what's that?
She's not a victim. She's alive, boozing it up in Coral Gables, 2 DUIs in 3 years.
I guess I messed up.
If she's not a victim, then who is she?
No worries. When you mess up, it makes me feel better about me.
Dexter?
No, it's Jordan Chase. But I'm looking for Dexter. Is he there?
He's not available right now.
Tell him I'm just checking in and I'd like him to schedule another appointment as soon as possible.
Okay, I will.
Tell him time is of the essence. Tick, tick, tick. That's the sound of his life running out. Could you be sure to tell him that?
That's Jordan Chase?
When he was Eugene Greer, I felt sorry for him. Became his friend, you know? We would take these walks, and one day we were walking and I blacked out. He must have drugged me or something.
They drugged me too.
I woke up in a cabin. My clothes were off, and I was tied to a bunk. Eugene started in with...
So he attacked you?
No, Eugene never touched me. But he got those guys going. He talked them into it. Told them to seize their desires. And they did. And I was watching Gene's face. The look that came over his face. It was just a flash. but it's the same look he has all the time now.
You told her everything? About what happened at the camp?
I told her the truth, like you said, even though I didn't want to. Are you in trouble, Jordan?
The girl you talked to was making waves. But everything's fine now. Thanks to you.
Eugene Greer has arrived.
Oh, the parade's here.
4 bodyguards, that's it?
Detectives, I'd like you to meet my friend and attorney, Stuart Frank.
How you do? You've requested a DNA sample from my client. I'd like to know why.
There was unidentified male DNA found on the Barrel Girl victims. We want to clear Mr. Chase as a suspect.
Why on earth is he even considered a suspect?
Because the DNA we have identified belongs to men directly connected to your client. Cole Harmon is your head of security. Boyd Fowler is a devoted fan. We found your books and tapes in his home.
That proves exactly nothing. 1 million people have connections with my client. I assume the 2 men you're talking about drive cars. Are you going to start interrogating automobile CEOs?
Detective Morgan, I've helped a lot of people over the years. Many of them were broken individuals going through very difficult periods in their lives.
Is that what you call this? Someone who's going through a very difficult period in their life?
Have a seat.
I was hoping we'd have the chance to speak again.
We don't have anything to talk about.
Oh, I beg to differ. I think we have a lot to discuss. After all, you are a client.
Former. The program didn't work for me.
Regardless, when I see someone on a self-destructive path, I can't just stay silent. Often people get involved with someone who is toxic to them, unstable and dangerous. Bad things happen.
Open.
You're just now putting your life back together after a terrible tragedy. I implore you, don't invite another one. For yourself or for what's left of your family.
You know, I'm glad you didn't touch any of them.
Really? Why is that?
Because this DNA test will clear you and leave you all to me and to her. Your time is up. There you go. You're done.
Thank you, Dexter. I'm here for you. Don't forget that.
And soon I'll be there for you. I appreciate it.
Hello?
Lumen, it's me, Emily.
What's wrong?
I got a call from Jordan Chase. He knows I talked to you.
What? How?
I don't know. You tell me.
I didn't talk to him.
What is going on? I'm scared. He scared me.
Emily, I have no idea what's going on.
I'm going to the police. I'll tell them everything.
No, don't do that.
Why? They'll protect me.
Emily, it'll just make things worse. We'll protect you.
How? Jordan is too powerful. He has people.
Emily.
You know what he did to us.
Just stay in your house. Wait for us. We'll be there as soon as we can. Please, just tell me that you'll wait for us.
Okay, I'll wait. But hurry. Please hurry.
Very nice.
Where's Dexter?
He's not here.
No. I need you both. You said you would protect me.
Emily, it's okay. Calm down.
You have to call him. Make him come. Now.
Okay. Okay, maybe I should just go get him.
Maybe not. What could he be doing that is so important that he would let you come here by yourself?
I don't know.
Yes, you keep saying that. You're surprisingly short of answers.
Maybe you should let me call him.
Yes, brilliant. Because you certainly wouldn't tip him off in any way.
I could try calling him.
Quiet, please.
Are you mad at me? I did exactly what you told me to do.
Please, shut up.
I'm just trying to...
Shut up!
It's not my fault.
Of course it's your fault! I find this profoundly distasteful. I've never had to do anything before. Now I have no choice. I can't leave any witnesses.
No, you said you wouldn't kill her. You
Lumen! Lumen! Is this the only kind of love I'll ever find? The kind that ends in blood? Emily was killed with 2 blows. Lumen was here. Multiple footprints in the blood. A scuffle. More blood. Not from Emily, leading out. She was running. She's putting up a fight.
Hello, Dexter.
Whatever you're thinking of doing, it's not necessary. We can work something out.
Nice try.
What do you mean?
The unemotional approach. But it's not working for you. You're stressed. I can hear it in your voice. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she?
Yes.
It must be terrible going through this again. Losing your wife, the woman you loved. And now Lumen. I imagine it seems to you like some kind of terrible curse.
Think whatever you want, just listen to me. I'll turn myself over to you.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm afraid I must decline.
Then tell me what you want.
I have what I want. And the longer I stay on the phone, the better your chances of finding me. So this conversation's over.
Jordan?
Tick, 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 Dexter. That's the sound of Lumen's life running out.
So Lumen's still alive.
It was inevitable that this would happen. 2 broken people going through intense shared experience against a common enemy. Do it in my seminars all the time. Produces a sense of deep, deep bonding. I'm sure you feel like you actually have something, even love, doesn't it?
Let her go.
You lost your wife, Rita. You blamed yourself, I'm sure. And you thought what? That you could make up for that by helping her?
No.
Well, then what were you thinking? You could be a hero? You can't save one thing to make up for another, Dexter. It's just not the way the world works. Wow. I look at these, and I can't help but think that you have a kind of greatness in you. And I look at you, and you're no different than the idiots that show up at my seminars. Totally lost. I'm gonna put you out of your misery.
You should be the one to do it.
Is that okay with you?
He's yours.
Please. You're acting like there's some polite way to do this, like there's some etiquette. Killing is killing, Dexter. Let's at least be honest about that.
Are you being honest? Eugene?
You think that's an insult? It's a compliment. It's a reminder of how far I've come.
And how far is that? You're right back where you started, only this time you're strapped to a table.
Transformed.
You will be soon.
Not just me. You. Lumen.
You don't get to use my name.
Really? We're not on a first-name basis, the three of us, then who is? Look at you. You're transformed, so you're beautiful. And you know what? If you hadn't met me, you would never have known you had it in you.
I wouldn't have had it in me.
Now you do!
Shut up!
It's truly amazing. You should thank me.
That's not what's gonna happen.
I watched you so carefully the last time you were here. You used to just cower and cry.
That's not just for me. That's for everyone that you hurt. Even Emily. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I'm sorry. I know that's not how you're supposed to do it.
Well, he was right about that part. There is no polite way.
This is not how it's supposed to be! Maybe this is exactly how it's supposed to be. Maybe everything is exactly as it should be. Oh, God.
Get the fuck away from the body.
Deb, it's me,
Who's on the altar?
Travis Marshall.
Dexter, what the fuck?
Oh, shit.
Talk to me.
Did you lower your gun? Please? I came to do one last forensic sweep like you asked me to do, and Travis was here. He came at me with his sword. I fought him off. I knocked him out.
How did he end up wrapped in plastic on the altar?
I snapped. Who are you calling?
The station. I'm gonna get everyone down here.
No. Please, wait.
Why?
How does this look?
Pretty fucking weird.
Exactly. An investigation could complicate our lives more than either of us are prepared to deal with.
But it was self-defense.
Yeah.
I have to call this in. You had a moment of temporary insanity. I can fix this. I'll get you the best fucking lawyer in the city.
Even if I'm lucky enough to get off due to temporary insanity, they'll still put me in some psych ward. I'll lose my job, my career. And probably even Harrison. We make it look like a suicide. Frustrated that the world didn't end like he predicted, Travis committed ritual suicide at the church altar, stabbing himself with his sword.
Maybe.
But not before first setting the church on fire.
I have to do whatever it takes to keep Deb from the full truth. I have to keep my secret safe. Otherwise, my life, her life, will never be the same.
Fuck, Dexter, I don't know if this was the right thing to do.
It's only a matter of time before we get called back here. We have to go.
Go where?
Go home.
I don't want to be alone. I don't want you to be alone.
Just follow me. We can't stay here.
Hey.
Hey, you, come here. Should you make sure this gets loud? Thanks.
Did you kill all these people?
I did.
Are you a serial killer?
Yes.
The people in that box, Dexter. They're the victims.
Victims? A choir director who raped and murdered little boys. A married couple smuggling refugees who killed the ones who couldn't pay. A psychiatrist who manipulated women into taking their own lives.
There's this place called the police department.
Sometimes the system doesn't work. Killers fall through the cracks.
Don't I fucking know it? I'm talking to one right now. I am the worst fucking detective in the world. You're my own brother. How could I not see what you were doing?
You're not responsible for this.
Well, I am now. I helped you cover up Travis's murder. I'm an accomplice.
You walked in on me. I had to think on my feet.
Well, fuck me for ruining your night. What am I supposed to do here? My name has the word lieutenant in front of it. I can't turn my back on this. All of this is very, very fucking wrong.
So? What are you gonna do?
I had a lab analyze a blood slide I found at the abandoned church.
A blood slide like a Bay Harbor butcher trophy?
Travis Marshall's blood was on it.
But Doakes was the Bay Harbor butcher, and Doakes is dead.
What if it wasn't Doakes? What if the Bay Harbor butcher is still alive and at work? What if he killed Travis Marshall?
Except Travis Marshall wasn't cut up into pieces
and put into bags.
But the fact that the Bay Harbor butcher kept blood slides was never released to the public. It's probably not some copycat. How do you explain this?
I can't.
I know it sounds impossible, but I never believed that Doakes was a killer. And from his notes, Lundy had his doubts too.
Well, you can add me to that list. Doakes was my partner. He was a good man. Is there anything I can do to help?
You have no idea how good it is to hear you say that. I've been keeping this all to myself. Your eyes only.
My eyes only. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Motherfucking suckbag! You fucking nugget! Fuck!
Tell you mentioned the last time you saw your father, he was working a wedding?
Yeah, my mom printed out some pictures for you from that night. She thought you might want them.
Great.
What are you hoping to find in these pictures?
Special Agent Lundy had his theory that the Bay Harbor butcher was in law enforcement. If Barnes was killed by the butcher,
then his face might be in one of the pictures.
We might even know him. Or her. Do you mind?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
What are you looking for exactly?
We think your father may have been abducted and murdered, and that he disappeared. And the person responsible could be in these pictures.
Mom would finally know he's not coming home.
This is a big wedding. A lot of pictures. You know, maybe I should take these back to the station and spend the day going over them.
You're right. We shouldn't rush this. Thank you, Ty. Thanks.
As kids, Deb and I would try to outrun the waves, but I would always end up diving under them. I'd swim deep because I could withstand the pull of the tide. But Deb was always safest at shore. From here on out, I'll face the depths by myself.
Is this a good time?
Yes. My theory on the Barrowbrook killers went nowhere. I'm on a dead end on Bay Harbor Butcher.
Shit.
I was thinking we could brainstorm. I keep wondering if we haven't missed something. You know, some angle or...
You know, maybe we haven't missed anything.
What do you mean?
I mean, maybe we've been sidetracked by our feelings about Sergeant Doakes.
I think we've been objective.
Well, I guess I'm just not sure, you know. I know what it's like to hold on to an idea of someone, you know, to refuse to believe that they have a dark side, but everything we've done, like all the evidence, it still points to Sergeant Doakes. At some point, we have to face facts.
It's possible that we've been reaching for leads.
So should we rethink what we're doing here? I mean, I don't know if it's worth it.
Maybe you're right.
Not this guy. This one either. Dexter Morgan.
This guy had a slip.
Had? Meaning he doesn't have one anymore?
No, he moved a few years back. I remember because it was odd. He had 8 months to go on his lease.
When exactly did he move?
May 2007.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Could you have picked more of a dump?
Come on, Maria. It's perfect for all this cloak and dagger bullshit. It's the kind of place you take hookers and ugly broads. You know, so nobody sees you.
You should know. I followed up on all the names you identified on my list.
Yes, the list of suspicious police employees who own boats.
Yes, they were all dead ends. All except for Dexter Morgan, who conveniently moved his boat right when we were closing in on his marina during the official Bay Harbor Butcher investigation.
You really think Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher?
It's worth looking into.
No, it's a waste of time. Now look, you have to start thinking logically. If Doakes really wasn't the Bay Harbor Butcher, then that means that somebody probably framed him.
Right.
Which means that same person probably killed him, most likely the real Bay Harbor Butcher. So, best thing to do is to look into Doakes' final days.
We should start with the cabin in the Everglades, where Doakes died.
Makes sense. First, let's eat.
Okay. Juan Alonso? I'm Captain Maria La Huerta from Miami Metro Homicide. This is Thomas Matthews.
What do you want?
Were you the owner of this property back in 2007? And did you rent it at that time to a James Doakes?
The Bay Harbor Butcher. Oh, no. I told the cops back then I had nothing to do with that.
And how did Mr. Doakes come to be staying here?
Hell if I know. I rented the place to Santos Jimenez.
Jimenez?
Some kind of Colombian drug guy. Not that I knew at the time. I would never rent to a criminal.
Of course not.
Now, why does that sound so familiar? Now I know why the name Santos Jimenez rang a bell. He wasn't just a drug runner. He was one of the 3 men responsible for killing Dexter Morgan's biological mother, Laura Moser.
Moser?
Yeah. Some drug lord put a hit on her because he found out that she was Harry Morgan's CI. She was butchered by Jimenez with a chainsaw, right in front of Dexter and his brother Brian.
Brian Moser? The ice truck killer, that was Dexter's brother?
Yeah.
So, that means that Dexter watched his mother get chopped up, just like the Bay Harbor Butcher chopped up his victims?
So what are you saying?
Where's Jimenez now?
He disappeared.
Murdered by the Bay Harbor Butcher?
Maybe.
So who was more likely to want Jimenez dead? Doakes or Dexter?
Now, come on, Maria.
No, Tom. We can't ignore the facts. The Bay Harbor Butcher took blood slides from his victims. Dexter is a blood spatter analyst, and Doakes always thought there was something off about Dexter. What if Doakes was onto him? Jesus, what if Dexter is the real Bay Harbor Butcher?
What if he isn't?
Estrada! Estrada! Estrada, it's time. I guess the Department of Corrections kept that for you. That was very thoughtful. You've changed a lot in the past 40 years. So have I. 3 men murdered my mother. Juan Pablo Eliso shot in another deal. Santos Jimenez, you remember him, he testified against you. I cut him into 6 roughly equal pieces with a chainsaw. Just like he did my mother. Just like I'm gonna do to you.
Holy fuck, you're Dickie Moser!
Dexter Moser. I am Dexter Moser. And I'm gonna kill you.
Is that what all this is about?
I was 3 years old when you left me in that container. Who am I gonna be when you're dead?
Still some fucking freak, probably.
We'll see.
working with her, aren't you?
What?
That fucking cop bitch. The one who got me out. Oh, yeah, they said that there was a big push for my release from the captain of Miami Metro.
LaGuerta.
She fucking set me up.
You're not the one who was set up.
Officer. We followed him to here, but we lost him until we heard the gunshot. That's when we called you.
Anything else since?
Oh, man.
Show me where.
Keep looking for Estrada and anyone else with him. Estrada is not alone.
Don't make a fucking sound.
It wasn't the universe giving me a gift. It was LaGuerta.
Captain LaGuerta.
Oye, this is Hector Estrada.
You're alive?
I need your help.
I'm back here at the shipyard. Same container.
So what's the plan? I gave LaGuerta half a dose of M99, so it won't be found in her system. I'll use her gun to shoot Estrada in his puncture wound.
Destroying any evidence that he was stabbed. And then? Tell me.
I'll use Estrada's gun to shoot LaGuerta.
So it'll look like they killed each other.
Yes.
Shit, Dex, what have you done?
Deb.
Yes.
You shouldn't be here.
Why? Shouldn't I be here? What are you doing?
What needs to be done?
Are you gonna kill her?
You need to leave. I need to finish this.
Dexter, you can't.
I can, and I will.
No, fuck Jesus, Dexter, you can't do this.
It's the only solution, the only way to end this.
No, I can't let you go through with this.
Shoot him, Deb. You have to end this. Shoot him.
Stop!
Do it, Deborah. Shoot him. Do it! Shoot him! This is not who you are. You're a good cop. You're a good person. You're not like him. Put him down!
It's true. Everything she said. You're a good person. It's okay.
what you gotta do.
Thanks.
We all make rules for ourselves. It's these rules that help define who we are. So when we break those rules, we risk losing ourselves and becoming something unknown. Who is Deb now? Who am I? Is this a new beginning? Or the beginning of the end? I went to kill Freebo and ended up killing a total stranger. I've never killed anyone I didn't completely vet before, whose guilt I wasn't absolutely certain of. I did something wholly inside the moment and wholly outside the code. Something spontaneous. Who did I just kill?
Morning, Sergeant. How long for you to get to 118 Calland?
20, 30 minutes.
I got it, Dex.
Got what?
Only the case that's gonna get me my shield. It's huge. Angel put me on it, officially on it.
Huge? Who the hell are you?
Bet you're wondering who the hell he is. Who he is what makes this case huge. It's Miguel Prado. He's at ADA who's been on a mission to put away as many bad guys as he can, you know? A safe Miami is the only Miami.
Safe Miami and we're all unemployed.
Why does he look so familiar?
Because he just made the cover of Florida magazine. Top prosecutor in the state 3 years in a row.
He and LaGuardia go way back, you know, that whole Cubano thing.
The other guy is Ramon Prado, Miguel's middle brother. He's a lieutenant with the sheriff's department.
Made himself quite the reputation for being a law and order hard ass. And Oscar.
Prado?
As in baby brother.
So much for spontaneity.
It almost looks like a piece of art.
Thank you, sir. But to me, it's more like a story.
Tell me that story, Mr. Morgan.
The encounter started over here. The scuff marks on the linoleum, the crumpling, the throw rug, they all have a directional quality that leads to... Now this is where your brother and Freebo, he's my lieutenant's prime suspect. But you know that. There was a brutal struggle. But I gotta say, it looks like your brother fought like a hero. But he was overmatched and sustained a fatal stab wound to his chest. Everything about the blood suggests that your brother bled out almost instantly.
He did suffer.
Blood never lies.
So now I know how he died. Question is why? Well, one more thing, Miss Morgan. Why would a blood spatter analyst spend time searching the Sheriff Department's database for information on my dead brother?
Like you, sir, I wanted to understand what happened here. I thought that knowing some details about your brother's life helped me to make sense out of his death.
In your line of work, Mr. Morgan, is it usual for you to get so involved? I just sounded like a prosecutor there. I'm sorry.
It's not a problem, sir, and no, it's not usual for me to get so involved, but this death, got to me.
I had an ulterior motive for inviting you here tonight.
Does it involve charging me with a felony?
Now, the truth is, I wanted to talk to someone inside of this investigation. See, because all I keep getting is reassurances. Reassurances make me nervous.
You want me to put you at unease?
I want you to be straight with me. How certain are you that this bastard Freebo will be found?
Very.
So I'm gonna get my shot at him in court?
Well, that could take a while.
No more waiting. I'm done waiting.
Is there another option?
I'm an ADA. My brother Ramon is a sheriff. You don't think we got resources? If our lead pans out, then we'll talk to homicide.
You have a lead? That's great. How can I help?
No, Ramon, you know, he has his own way of doing things. I don't want to drag you into it.
Come on. You're talking to the guy you caught breaking into your brother's secure files.
All right. Well, Ramon may have borrowed a cell phone that belonged to Freebo's mother. He calls Mommy. We can track him.
Mother's cell phones. Good thinking.
May lead to nothing.
Or it may lead them to Freebo before I can get to him. I need to check out Tegan's place as soon as I can get out of here.
Dexter! Is that you? I had the phone records. What is he in there? Alive?
It was self-defense.
I found a forensics lead. It was a long shot. I wanted to check it out before I wasted anyone's time.
I didn't expect Freebo to be here. He surprised me. He jumped me with this knife.
That looks like my father's knife from Vietnam. He gave that to Oscar.
I didn't know what to do. I fought back. The knife ended up in his neck.
I'm gonna tell you something. I wasn't sure that I could do this. But you did. You did. We're gonna get rid of the evidence.
No, no, you should leave now. Plausible deniability.
You know, when you took care of my brother's murderer, you gave me peace. Now let me give you peace.
Shirt?
The shirt. This is the shirt I was wearing when Freebo met his end. That's his blood right there. This shirt implicates me in his death. Accessory after the fact.
Why?
Because I trust you. I trust you. And I want you to trust me. Señor, ¿cuánto tenemos aquí?
No, por favor.
¿Estás seguro?
Sí, señor.
We're good.
Must be good to be you.
Sometimes. Coño.
Thanks for helping.
Real reason she's blindfolded. So she doesn't have to watch everything she stands for get pissed on by someone like Ellen Wolf. You know, she had this client once who threw a 5-year-old into an industrial washer for talking dirty. She got him off with 6 months in a mental hospital. Diminished fucking capacity. Hey, she probably got paid more on that than you took home in a year.
He's going to bring up Ellen Wolf, and I have to tell him no. Can friends do that?
So, Ellen Wolf. Piece of work, right?
Go easy, be tactful. We can't kill her.
I see.
She's just doing her job.
You should tell that to the parents of all of those people that her clients have killed.
Yeah, I read about them. I also read about the wrongly convicted people she got off death row. The defense fund she set up.
She's fucking with the system. Eating away at it from the inside out. Control, Dexter. That's what she likes. And now she's trying to control me. Reopening my cases, undermining years of all my hard work.
So, this is personal.
Fuck yes, this is personal. And it should be personal for you, too. That's my friend. I'm asking you to do this for me.
Sorry, no.
Well, then fuck you! I told you when we first met, I usually don't take no for an answer.
That's kind of a button with you, isn't it?
It couldn't have been easy for you. But a good friend, a real friend, does the hard thing. I was out of control. Letting personal shit cloud up my thinking, and you reined me in. And, well, hey, friends fight, right?
I guess so.
They also apologize when they're wrong. I was wrong. I apologize.
We're not gonna man hug, are we?
How about a beer?
Yeah, I'll get it. 2 bottles. Am I really a good friend? Miguel thinks so. Rita. Camilla. I wouldn't know. I don't have a lot of experience in that area.
To Ellen Wolf.
Maybe with practice.
Hey, you want to be my best man?
So I'm guessing we got a blood match, huh?
That's why we're here.
Life vest?
We can't exactly load up the cart with axes and machetes now, can we?
Exactly right.
So, have you given any thought as to how you want to do this?
Small caliber gun to the head. Go ahead. Then I walk away. That happens all the time.
Guns make noise, and they leave evidence behind. Bullets, casings, powder residue, not to mention a body.
Okay.
You don't want to create a crime scene. That's where experts like me gather evidence against you.
Okay, I get it. What do you suggest?
Up close and personal. Hey. In case we have to tie anybody up,
I'm gonna put together a starter kit for you.
Oye, chiquitico.
What the f...
Oh, Erik.
You ready?
I am. Thank you. Thank you for this. For letting me in. Showing me the way. Look at him. Look at him trying to figure it all out. What the fuck? We're here because of them. Those lives that you destroyed.
Who?
We're justice.
Hey, man, I was just doing what I had to do.
As are we.
I've always done the deed alone, never stood outside. Been a witness to this moment. The moment of truth. Can Miguel go through with it? Can he step out of the cocoon and fly? How do you feel? Fantastic. We agreed to leave Ellen Wolf alone.
Technically, we agreed not to kill her together. And we didn't.
Technically?
I know, that's bullshit. I didn't tell you because I know you wouldn't approve.
Because she wasn't guilty.
Apparently, we have a different definition of that word.
You got rid of her because she got in your way. Whatever happened to serving justice?
Is that really why you do this, Dex? To serve justice? You don't have to pretend with each other.
That's what I thought.
Okay. I should have told you. It was a chicken shit thing to do, and I abused your trust. A trust, by the way, that wasn't easy to earn. That's not lost on me. I gave you my shirt linking me to Freeball's death. I wish I had another one to prove to you how important this partnership is to me.
Take a little remorse.
You would know that I don't feel it.
Yeah, you'll feel it if you get caught.
I didn't leave any evidence. They're just gonna think it was one of her scumbag clients.
Right, just another lowlife who beat and stabbed an innocent woman.
Again, different definitions. Dex, this is the nature of a real friendship. We're gonna disagree. And when we do, we just go our own way.
No more individual projects.
Individuality is what makes America great.
I don't think that's what our forefathers had in mind.
Look, I'm a big boy. I know what I'm doing.
eventually, you're gonna trust that too. I'll see you over at the precinct.
He thinks he's untouchable. He's not. It's time he learned that. Freebo's blood. The link between his murder and Miguel. If I go down, I can take Miguel with me. A mutual assurance, a symbol of trust. It's not Freebo's blood. It's not even human. It's bovine. Cow's blood. He's been using me the whole time. I didn't create a monster. I was used by one. He used me.
Miguel! 9 holes tomorrow?
You bet.
What are you doing in my office, Dex?
Winning. Hope you don't mind just keeping my wits sharp while I waited for you.
You, here to grab lunch or something?
Can't. Gotta get back to the station. The Ellen Wolf case is breaking.
Breaking? Which way?
It seems Lieutenant LaGuardia has a suspect.
And who might that be?
Some guy who was outside Ellen's place around about the time she was getting strangled. Or was she stabbed first? I can't remember.
You couldn't have seen anything.
You sure?
All right. So what do we do?
We? Huh.
We are partners.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, Miguel. I don't really want a partner.
Hey, I'm not giving up on our friendship, Dex. Hell, I'm standing up at your wedding.
Yeah. But after that, you go your own way. And we both go back to who we were before all of this. You, an honorable ADA dedicated to upholding the law of the land.
And you?
The trusty spatter analyst who always gets his killer.
In exchange for what?
Well, I'm in a position to protect the ADA's interests in this case. I'll do what it takes to keep the innocent people of Miami safe. I know Miguel killed Ellen Wolf. And I know he took one of her rings as a trophy. The question is, where did he hide it? Somewhere no one else would ever look. Unless they're me.
Think this funny?
Not at all. They said that stain would come out.
Fuck you. I didn't get to where I am, who I am, by letting some little gusano like you walk all over me. Where's my ring?
It's not your ring. It's Ellen's. Though you did leave a nice, clean print on it.
Oh, there's plenty of blood on your hands, too. Ethan Turner, Clemson Galt.
All deserving, with nothing to tie me to their deaths and no bodies to prove that they're even dead.
Maybe in a court of law. But how's that little bride of yours gonna feel when she has to start answering some questions? Because she's gotta wonder where you go, what you do, who you really are.
She knows everything she needs to, and it's gonna stay that way, or that ring might show up someplace very inconvenient.
I am the last person you wanna fuck with, because I will fuck you back in ways you never even imagined. An anonymous tip, a couple of search warrants. Who knows what the police might find in your apartment or in that little boat of yours? You got the ring. I got city fucking all!
Wow, I didn't get it before, Miguel, but you can't be reasoned with, guilted, controlled. This whole back and forth game for leverage is pointless.
That's right. I'll do what I want, when I want, to whomever I want. Count on it.
I will.
Jesus.
Finally.
No, man. Oh,
Maria. Oh.
Okay. Okay, I know I crossed the line here. I know that. It doesn't have to come to this.
But it always does. I had higher hopes for you, for us. But I finally just have to accept it. I'll always be alone.
That's not true.
You talking truth, that's good. You actually had me believing I could have a friend. Because I swallowed your bullshit.
It wasn't bullshit! I tried to crack that damn armor of yours. Because I saw the possibility. I still see the possibilities.
So this is my fault for being shut down.
I just want you to let me in.
Why the fuck would I do that now?
Because I know you. Dex, I know you better than anyone else.
No, there have been quite a few who've seen the real me as they laid on that table. You're all just unchecked versions of myself. What I would have become without my father's code.
They deserved it. I'm not like them.
You are. Admit it.
I'm like you.
No. I know I'm a monster.
I accept you. I accept you, Dexter, like a brother.
I killed my brother. I killed yours too.
Oscar. You.
I didn't plan to, but it was kill or be killed.
You killed us!
What did you say in your bachelor party speech? Friends are always honest.
Friends forgive. Friends forgive.
But I don't forgive you. And I don't get to have friends.
You're a little freak! You think I'm done with you? You think this ends here? It doesn't!
It does for you. Adios, amigo.
All right. The Bay Harbor Butcher case is now a Miami Metro case. And it is shaping up to be the biggest one in our history. We're now at 14 confirmed. The FBI has sent over their top man, Special Agent Frank Lundy, to help solve this crime. Now, Agent Lundy.
Hello, everyone. There is no such thing as the perfect crime. Not in my experience, anyway. With your help, and with the mistakes this person has made and will eventually make, we'll find whoever did this awful thing. I need everyone in every department up to speed on what we are doing while I review your files and put our task force together. So let's get a jump start on the Bay Harbor Butcher, a moniker which, by the way, repulses me.
Well, we have something in common.
Could someone get the lights? First report from the field had these parts as coming from one body.
Actually, it's two.
Actually, it's two.
Uh-oh.
There's been speculation that this human harvest might be connected to a case you've recently solved. But there are several inconsistencies between the two sets of body parts. Gender, exsanguination, specific methods of dissection.
Not to mention my guys deserved it.
The evidence just isn't there to piggyback this onto the eye-struck killer. We're looking for a different suspect. All information is to be disseminated.
Miss me, brother?
All agency protocols will follow. Putting it plainly,
I can't afford to lose it like this. Not with Special Agent Rockstar on my case.
do not discuss this case.
I need to clear the decks. And my head. Sergeant Doakes thinks he knows my secrets, but he only needs to look at this, my body of work, to know the real me.
Suit up if you're gonna touch him.
Oh. No, I'm just dropping off some x-rays. I'm Dexter Morgan.
I know who you are.
Right. Looks like the lab tech's gone home for the night, so I'll just... You hoping they'll talk to you?
The ones with heads, anyway. They always speak, eventually. Just gotta ask the right question.
Which is?
Why were they chosen?
You looking for a pattern?
One doesn't kill this many people in this careful, methodical way without a reason. Some twisted set of principles.
They would have to be twisted, wouldn't they?
The worst killers in history are usually the ones who think the murders were somehow just, even deserved. Leaders have slaughtered whole populations for the same warped reason.
But there's never any justification for killing.
No. Well, one, of course. To save an innocent life.
To save an innocent life? How many more bodies would there be had I not stopped those killers? I didn't do it to save lives, but save lives I did. Motivation aside, I think Harry and Lundy would agree on this one. In our most paranoid moments, we fear that everyone is talking about us. That's become my reality. I can't hear what they're saying, but I know it's not nice.
All right, let's get started. We have positive IDs on all 18 of our complete bodies. 13 of those have felony records.
Organized crime?
Nope. No connection to organized crime, no mutual gang affiliation either. But all 13 were either tried for murder or at least suspected of murder.
Still, you have your pattern.
Yes, we just don't know what it means.
I think we go out with this news immediately.
What news is that?
The news that our serial killer is only killing the dregs of society. That good, moral people have nothing to fear.
But Captain, that's all...
This is the only lead we have. We need to keep it tightly wrapped.
Last night, an elderly man shot his son when he came home late. Thought it was the Bay Harbor Butcher. We've got a city in chaos here, Frank.
I understand you're wanting to reassure the people.
Good. Then we're in agreement.
Dex, I got this huge break in the Bay Harbor case.
Bullshit.
I mean, really? Guys.
I refuse to believe that Vince Masuka is the man who single-handedly brings me down. So what's this big break in the Bay Harbor butcher case I keep hearing about?
Algae.
Algae?
Yeah. Masuka found microscopic algae inside the garbage bags with the bodies.
Algae under the sea. Imagine that. How does that help?
Because there are over 100,000 species, all different. Masuka thinks he can use them to pinpoint which harbor the killer keeps his boat.
Oh.
He's got some marine biologists coming down to take a look. Can you imagine something so little being the thing that breaks this case?
So, any new leads on the real guy?
Not yet. We're hoping the cameras will turn something up.
Cameras?
In the marinas. Put them in a couple of days ago to monitor for suspicious activities. Good news for all those cops who keep boats at Coral Cove. You've got one too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been needing a security upgrade for a long time now. Has Lundy seen me on the tape? Is that why he invited me along today? To mess with me?
The media frenzy about the Bay Harbor butcher has come back to bite us. Big surprise. Now we've got a wannabe vigilante out there who liked the butcher's style and thought, hey, I should try this at home. He attacked this man, John Henry, ex-convict, preyed on the elderly. It gets better. I have already received reports of ads on Craigslist and coffee shop bulletin boards requesting the services of the butcher. People think they found their own personal Batman. This is not good news. This kind of thing catches on, we're looking at an epidemic.
Kind of like herpes.
Fucking Aimee, Masuka, I'm trying to listen.
1 in 4, Morgan. 1 in 4.
Vigilante justice is domestic terrorism. And terrorism prevention is the FBI's top priority. I have done my best to be diplomatic, but if we lose one life to a vigilante, I will pull this case from Miami Metro and hand it over in full to the Bureau. That's a promise.
That's a disaster. It'd be raining feds in Miami. I need an idea, a sign, anything. What would the old Dexter do? Definitely not that. No security cameras. Apparently the new Dexter's stuck in high school. Maybe I am a late bloomer.
A fire drill? Are you kidding? We have work to do.
That's probably one of those kids in the bullpen. Something I would have done.
All clear, everybody out! Respect the vest. Don't make me take out my hose.
Like it never happened.
Anyone in there, make yourself known!
Arm.
Leg.
Head. It's Olsen. Gift wrap.
It would seem the butcher is watching us, tracking the investigation.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't be too hard to do. But why'd he leave the victim's body for us? That's a first.
Probably didn't take too kindly to the idea of Olsen imitating him. It's a pretty good way to discourage others, don't you think?
Well, I hate to say it, but he probably did us a favor. When you take the law into your own hands, the Bay Harbor boogeyman's gonna get you.
This is the first time we've set foot in a place where the Bay Harbor Butcher's actually been. Let's get busy.
Big news, Dex.
Whoa, I feel like I got caught in a wave.
The Miami Tribune received a 32-page manifesto in the mail. It's looking good for the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Well, I've heard that one before.
Now, this may be legit. The manifesto includes the names of 3 victims we never released to the press.
Oh, that is big news.
I'm heading over to the Tribune now. For Special Agent Lundy, he put me in charge of the team.
Go Angel.
Yeah, I'm psyched.
Yeah, me too. I'm about to be published. I sent that manifesto to the Tribune. Guess I've been taking some cues from Lila lately, and not just in bed. I'm tired of reacting to the moves of Agent Lundy and his super posse. Time to control their actions for a change.
According to the psycholinguistic analysis of the manifesto, our killer is a white male in his 50s. What else? The killer has no girlfriends and considers himself a good Catholic.
Hold on. How can you tell all that by putting words in a computer?
I don't know, dude. It's science.
How about common sense? I think the guy that we're looking for is pissed off at God, and that's why he kills people.
Really? I actually found him very politically motivated.
Yeah, like a modern-day revolutionary.
Which would suggest that he's killing for social change.
He operates on fanatical
That's transformed this guy.
He operates on fanatical
Nothing like more than that. Crawl right back into
This is what he
this guy
wants.
into a killer.
What's that?
Confusion. Chaos. It's what the killer wants.
He's always been an intensely private figure,
Dispatching victims silently.
now he's suddenly a media whore? It doesn't make sense.
He's creating a clusterfuck.
Very good, Officer Morgan. The killer's making us chase our tails. You know what that means?
He knows how we work. Look how he hits every major theme: political, environmental, religious. In one section, he manages to weave together Julius Caesar, Berlin, Germany, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Gandhi. It's scattershot. He knew that this would send us scurrying like squirrels for nuts.
Yeah, but to suggest that he might be one of us, how can you be sure?
You'll notice we have some new faces here. Please make them feel welcome.
Our immediate task is to re-examine every criminal case involving our 18 victims.
Where would you like us to start?
By answering every question as honestly and with as much detail as you can.
Excuse me, sir. Answering questions?
That is correct. I can hardly expect you to investigate your own cases.
What are you saying? Are we under investigation?
We are now operating under the assumption that our killer is somehow connected to law enforcement, whether he be a file clerk, a dispatch officer, park ranger,
Or a police officer?
or a police officer. You worked firsthand on what? 4 of the cases related to the Bay Harbor investigation?
I believe so.
Your reports were a real pleasure to read.
Oh?
Concise, meticulous. I appreciate that.
Good, thank you.
So, the Rodrigo case. Let's talk about that one.
Okay.
Kind of blew it, didn't you?
Sorry?
Anthony Rodrigo, crack dealer with an apparent habit of killing people who got in his way. I believe this was, yes, Doakes and Batista's case. They finally tied Rodrigo to one of his victims, built a solid manslaughter case. Would have got him off the street for a few years. But the case largely rested on the blood work that you did. Blood work that in the course of the trial was proven to be, well, wrong.
And you know how it is. The defense attorneys bring in their so-called blood experts to counter everything I say.
I'm familiar with the process.
And I understand how this may look like sloppy blood work to the layman. That's what Rodrigo's defense convinced the jury of. But as you can see, The low-velocity blood drops clearly point in a direction opposite to that in which we know Rodrigo to have fled, which makes it impossible.
Except those low-velocity drops were revealed to actually be 90-degree passive drops that were given tails due to the angle of the floor.
Perhaps, but if you then examine the blood trail...
Which we know isn't a blood trail, but projected blood. You're not winning me over here, Morgan.
Truth?
By all means.
I was overworked. I was carrying half a dozen cases at once. It was a heat wave. It means a spike in homicides. This one got pushed aside. I didn't write up my summary until an hour before the trial. I obviously overlooked a few things.
A murderer walked free because you were overworked.
Yes.
Holy shit, here it is. The vehicle was registered to Charlie Lewis.
I know that name. A drug dealer out of New York. A tough guy. Likes to carry a big-ass knife.
That's our guy. That's the Bay Harbor Butcher.
I told you he wasn't a cop.
What? Shit.
Where is he?
According to this South Bay Correctional Facility.
What? For how long?
Oh, shit. Charlie Lewis was arrested April 12th, 2002. That's 4 days before Rodrigo was seen being carried into the car.
No, who had his car? One of his gang?
This is where it gets really bad. The vehicle was seized as evidence.
By who?
By our department.
Where was the vehicle held?
Right here in our evidence lot behind a secure gate. Someone signed the vehicle out, picked Rodrigo up, killed him, and then signed the vehicle back in.
So you have records?
Why would we keep them? The only people allowed access to those vehicles are members of the Miami Metro Police Department. Holy shit.
Bay Harbor Butcher is one of our own.
We keep this to ourselves for now. Just the three of us.
And I'm gonna go tell her to a bottle of scotch.
I'm sure that you heard we have a suspect in the Bay Harbor Butcher case. Put him on. We now have the evidence to back it up. We need answers. Now.
Open it. Explain it to us.
Trophies.
That's what I thought.
What happens now?
I know this will come as a shock to you, Morgan, but our primary suspect is someone you know well. Sergeant James Doakes.
Sergeant Doakes?
He was the lead case investigator on 4 of the Butcher victims, which put him on my radar. We looked into his background. Turns out his father was a butcher and abusive. Doakes was also a trained assassin in special forces. That, along with his on-the-job shootings and excessive force citations.
He fits the profile.
Yes. He has a need to dole out personal justice. Yesterday, Doakes walked out of an interview and disappeared. This morning, we were alerted that he boarded a plane out of the country. That enabled me to get warrants on his apartment and car.
He had the slides.
Carefully hidden in the trunk of his car at the airport.
It all makes so much sense.
Everyone else in the precinct was beyond shocked when I told them.
What exactly is Sergeant Doakes' problem with you, Morgan?
I kill people, for one. But what was it Sergeant Doakes said about me?
I've always sensed there was something off about him. Like he's hiding in plain sight. I never concealed my doubts.
So he attacked you. Well, he might try it again. Particularly when he finds out that he's our prime suspect.
Yeah, that should piss him off.
We've tried to keep an eye on you from a distance.
The undercover cars?
Not undercover enough, obviously. I'm sorry for the abrupt pickup tonight, but from here on out, we'll want a protective detail on you at all times.
That could complicate my life.
Dexter, it will keep Doakes at bay.
Good point.
What happens now is we need you to analyze and match these slides immediately.
Me?
I'm keeping the forensics in-house. The public needs to see our strengths now. Their trust in us is about to take a major ass-fucking. Now, I'm making you first forensic tech in the chain of custody with these slides. I figure you have more motivation than most to see Doakes brought to justice, so I know you'll be thorough.
Okay, but that's the one, the three. Okay.
Lundy here.
Oh, Special Agent Lundy. It's Lieutenant LaGuerta. I'm calling you from Haiti. Thank you.
Lovely this time of year.
Look, I understand that I'm not your favorite person in the station right now, but I really need your help.
How so?
I just met with Leones, the travel agent that Doakes saw.
There's nothing new there. I had 2 agents question him for hours.
Yet he never told them about the blood slides.
What does he know about the blood slides?
Doakes was looking for a lab to have them analyzed.
Why?
I don't know why.
If he's our killer, he'd be keeping them for trophies. He'd have no reason to have them analyzed.
And I also have a list of special ops missions that Leones personally knows Doakes took part in. Now, 2 of them directly conflict with murders we know to have been committed by the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Well, I'm not sure Leones is our most reliable witness.
No, but it's worth looking into, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay.
For starters, why don't you, brief me on both those missions? Give me all the details.
We got him.
Doakes?
Talked to a Park Service manager in the Everglades who remembers giving Sergeant Doakes directions 5 days ago.
So you have a tip, not Doakes.
The park manager said our target was headed into the Everglades 15 miles north of Sunday Bay. We will have the son of a bitch in handcuffs in 24 hours.
I'd like to urge strong caution in apprehending the suspect. I'm looking into new information that might come into play.
Yeah, I got your email about Leones. The man will say anything for $1.
I agree we have to be circumspect about this, which is exactly why I'd like some time.
Show a little guts, for Christ's sakes.
Why don't you show a little respect? You wouldn't be closing in on a suspect right now if it wasn't for the work of this man.
You know, as much as I enjoy hearing from the local talent, I'm really rather busy right now.
Well, I'm guessing you don't need me to fight your battles anymore.
Yeah, well, maybe you need me to fight yours.
Ooh, aren't you a tough one?
I'm just warming up.
We got a floater?
You got liftoff, separation, gaping areas of pulsified tissue, extensive 4th-degree burns, big ass fucking explosion.
What else can you give us?
These linear lines around his eyes are unburned. He was squinting, alive when it happened.
What else?
Teeth are intact. The dental record should give us a positive ID.
Damn it, Masuka, is it Doakes?
Male, African American, about the right length torso, heavily muscled. I think it's him.
These are the same kind of tools that scuba dive class found.
He'd need them to make cuts that clean.
Those come from the suspect?
No, they belong to a second body. And whoever he was dead and dismembered before the explosion.
So this is where the butcher did his dirty work.
That's a perfect location for a kill room. Doesn't get any more remote than this.
No, it couldn't.
This is good news, gentlemen.
And lady.
Right. All right, we keep the search on until we get a firm ID on that body in the water.
You agree with them?
The evidence is compelling. Overwhelming, actually.
I guess we got our man. Oh shit, LaGuardia's here.
Lieutenant, I wouldn't if I were you.
Is it James?
They don't know yet.
Apparently, miracles are subjective. I can't exactly feel LaGuardia's pain, but I can appreciate it. Doakes wasn't so bad in the end, but the truly tragic thing would be to let his sacrifice go to waste. There's only one way I can think of to honor him. I have to embrace my freedom.